guys, it's Beth. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. I talk about my previous experiences with bullying and all that yada yada fun stuff. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back and thank you for following me on this crazy journey. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust my video because I just got this really cool set from my friend. Shout out to Shelby. She got me this like film light and like film camera and like this really neat remotes. Amazon should sponsor me because I just like edit the crap out of that. But anyways, so in my other previous videos, we're gonna jump right into this because you know ADD everywhere. In my other videos, I've talked a lot about the students bullying me, but a lot of people don't know is that I had some pretty crappy teachers too. Not gonna lie. And even though there was some good ones, and we will talk about the good ones, but there was some teachers that just I had one that made fun of me at list, one that grabbed my phone out of my hand, and a principal who told me it was my fault I was getting bullied and to move schools. So yeah, we're going to talk about that today. So we're gonna jump right into this. Basically, ooh, that was too close. My bad. Basically, we're gonna start and we're gonna tell the story of the time that I called my 7th grade math teacher a fat hippo. And I know y'all are gonna jump in my comments and be like, "That's bullying. Why would you say that?" Let me finish, please. This teacher made fun of me for having a lisp. She would tell me all the time, swallow, swallow, swallow. Don't talk in my class if you're going to spit. Swallow, swallow, swallow. And make fun of me for having a lisp, and it wasn't my fault. And I was only in like 7th grade. Yeah, 7th grade is when I had her. I was in 7th grade. Swallow, swallow, make sure you swallow. Every time she said that, oh man, ball my fist up. She was horrible. And I don't want to say this teacher's name, but I know when people watch this and they hear this particular story, they're going to be like, we know exactly who this teacher is. So anyways, so this teacher, I was having a bad day. My stomach was cramping. I didn't feel good. And this teacher, she's horrible. I went into class. I wasn't feeling good. I was in sweats. I was in, like I said, I was in one of my moods. And this teacher, I asked her to explain something to me because it was like a free day or whatever, like catch up on our work. And math to me is a bunch of jibbled up BS numbers that I don't even need now half the time. And it's like I had my nephew who was in like middle school at the time doing my pre-calc homework in high school because it was that bad. I hated math. I'm not using it now, and it was a waste of time in my opinion. But still, we were doing like catch up work or something, and I'm like, "Can you explain this to me? This is really hard." And she goes, "Beth, are you having another dumb blonde moment? Are you being a dumb blonde again?" Me? Is she talking to me? All I asked for was help, and she called me a dumb blonde. She literally called me dumb. Not to mention she made fun of my list every day in 7th grade. So her making fun of it, then calling me dumb blonde led up to this comment. I said, yeah. I said, like you're being a fat hippo. And she acted surprised. She acted shocked that I said that to her. And half of my class was shocked that I even said something. The other half was rolling at the fact that I called her a fat hippo. And I was like, yeah, I said it. And looking back now, kind of immature to say it, but like I said, every day. That day she made fun of my lisp. And that, plus the dumb blonde comment, I am a blonde. I am a natural blonde. I dyed my hair brown. I am a blonde. I don't like being the stereotypical dumb blonde. I hate that title. Shout out to Legally Blonde. Anyways, so I called her that, and she hands me a green card. She goes, well, you can go on down to the office with this. Peace. I'm out. Didn't want to be in this class anyways. Bye. So I went to the office, and they call my parents. Well, they call my mom, and they're like, she disrespected a teacher. You know, we should suspend her. I ended up getting 2 days after school detention for it, and it was worth it because she never picked on me again because she knew that I wasn't going to put up with it. So if you're watching this and you know what teacher that is, keep your mouth shut. Because we all know we hate her. She missed our senior goodbye. Literally, she came to the high school, ended up being my Spanish teacher. I guess she forgot that I called her that. I don't even know why I was in Spanish. And she would literally pile homework on, because I missed a lot of school because I was getting bullied. And she would pile more homework on than anybody else in that entire classroom. And everybody's like, why would you do that? And the only reason why I passed my homework is because I did Google Transit. I don't care. I hated this teacher. And I should say I hate. I despised this teacher. I despise this teacher. I'm trying to behave, okay? So, and like I said, if you're watching this video and you know who I'm talking about, just leave it alone. She's a horrible person. I really feel bad if she's still teaching for the kids that she's still teaching, because she only cared about, she played favoritism big time. I'm just gonna throw that out there. So, anyways, the next story about, because that, we're going to talk about teachers crossing boundaries, because like I said, this is what this video is all about. I got a bunch of these stories, but I've summed it up. I'm only going to do 4 more videos for this. So we're going to do 2 more, we're going to do 1 more teacher video, 1 more bullying video, and then like a concluding video. But anyways, back to the story. My ADD's going anywhere. But anyways, so next teacher, he don't deserve to be private. We're just going to call him Strawberry because somebody called him that, and it's stuck with me ever since. And he said whoever called him that, like, would get a green card. And I low-key wish I would have done it, like, when I graduated high school. Like, you're a Strawberry. I hated this teacher. He accused my friend of plagiarism and wouldn't let her in National Honor Society because of it. And so I remember I was a senior year. I was a senior in my senior year. And if you have Dropbox, what you do is you save whatever to Dropbox. It syncs on there, and you can download the app on your phone, upload it via Bluetooth, to a computer, print it out. I had a laptop. I wrote my paper. I didn't have a printer. So I wrote my paper for my college monocle class. I was so proud of it. It was a current events paper. I studied so hard and learned my stuff, yada, yada. Save it to my Dropbox because I don't have a printer. And Dropbox is the only thing I had. Well, I mean, I had email and stuff, but this is so much easier. It was so much convenient. Like, a teacher told me about Dropbox, and that's how I learned about it. But anyways, so I saved it to my Dropbox. I had told the college 101 teacher I had to go to my locker to get my phone so I could print it out. Didn't even have my phone on me. So just remember that when I tell you this. I went and got my phone, and he see me walking in the hall, and I kind of put it in my pocket because, whatever, how teachers get. Well, I go in, it's almost the end of the day, and I'm Bluetoothing it. It's taking forever. School Wi-Fi sucks. But I Bluetooth it to the computer. It's printing off, and as it's printing off, he walks in, Strawberry does, and takes my phone out of my hand. Keep in mind, this is not his class period, nothing to do, this class has nothing to do with him. The only thing between him and his class is the fact that here's his class, here's the college 101 class. They were right next door to each other, like right there. But anyways, so this teacher was semi-new. She didn't know what to say. She didn't know what to do either, because this teacher, while she's in the middle of teaching, like, she was literally in the middle of teaching when I was printing it out. Everybody else, like, she was explaining the assignment and everything in, like, full detail. I just got done. I got done, like, 2 days early. So, because I had to do something. I can't remember. I wasn't going to be there or something. Anyways, let me adjust, sorry. But, she was in the middle of explaining this to a student. And he comes in and, like, give me your phone, and snatches it while she's in the middle of teaching. And this teacher, I'm not going to say her name, she's a great teacher. She just kind of like, what just happened? And I remember someone telling me, like, yeah, I don't believe that a teacher should go in someone else's classroom and grab that phone from somebody. Even a teacher was like, that's a little ridiculous. The next, he tried to get me to take it to a teacher who was like the phone monitor or whatever. And I was like, no, I'm not taking my phone to her. Class is almost over. I'm going home. Because people who drove or rode or whatever left early, and then the buses and all that. So I was like, I'm going home. I'm going to my locker. I'm leaving. He's like, well, tomorrow or the next day. It was like school. It was like a Monday or a Tuesday, and then like there was no school, and then you went back to school the next day because it was like some kind of parent-teacher meeting or something. It was like how to train somebody. I don't know. Anyways, not important. So the next day that I come back to school, I forgot, and B, I wasn't giving him my phone because he had no right to go in this classroom. Again, it's about that boundary that you step over when you're a teacher and you're not supposed to step over. And I know someone's going to send him this video and he's going to be like, I wasn't this cruel. Yes, you was. I shouldn't say, again, try not to say hate. I despised this teacher. I could not stand him. He was such a he was a douchebag. And I was putting it nicely. But anyways, So he comes in and he walks into yet another classroom that's not his classroom. Teacher teaching. Where's your friend Beth? And my locker's Strawberry, where it's supposed to be, where it was Friday or whatever day, and I went and got it to print a paper off. I didn't say Strawberry because, again, didn't want a green card. Because he had told me that if I didn't give it to him the next day, I was going to get lunch detention. Lunch detention didn't scare me anymore. I didn't care. But I did not want after school. Because if I got another after school for being tardy or whatever, I was going to alternative school, which is like exercise and then you do your work or vice versa, whatever. And I was not doing that my senior year. And he's like, well, I'll just give you a green card. You literally walked into yet another classroom that is not your classroom and grabbed my phone when I had no business to do it. I was printing off my work. So please explain to me how you're allowed to do this. He's like, well, I'm just going to give you a green card. I'm just going to give you a green card. Again, I didn't want after school or didn't want another green card because I had gotten them, not because I'm a troublemaker, because I was tardy a lot. I like my sleep. Don't judge me. Anyways, I told him, I was like, whatever, and I like slammed the door and I like gave him my phone, and me and the teacher was talking about it during lunch period that time. He said, I don't think that's right. He said, I don't see how he was allowed to come get your phone and give it to someone else because, you know, he took your phone away from you. And that's what we were all like, you know, talking about. And I even asked another teacher who was like part of like the like board or whatever, and I'm like, is that even allowed? And they're like, no. So again, like I said, this video is about teachers that they were kind of worse than the students because they would cross that boundary line. Like I said, I can go on for days about these stories, but I'm only going to do one more teacher video after this. But anyways, the final story that I have for you for this video is already getting kind of long. I need to hurry it up. So the final story I have for you for this video is the assistant principal, Ms. Shaw. I'm going to say her name because I can't even say what she is because I'm trying to behave. She did not need to work with children. A lot of people agree with me. A lot of people said she did not know how to handle this situation. This was just horrible. I'm not going to tell you everything she did because, again, I'm going to make another video and this is already getting like longer. I'm trying to keep it under 15 minutes. But so basically, I was getting bullied a lot my sophomore year when she first became assistant principal, and I went down to, I had walked out of class because that's even the pervy biology teacher. God, I hated him too. I'll tell that again, another story time. He was making fun of me, so was the students, and I walked out of class, slammed the door, and I sat in the hall crying, and someone else came up to me. I'm not going to say his name. He walked me to the office. He's like, you need to do something. First words that came out of her mouth was, what did you do now? Again, me? What did I do? I sat there and tried to get an education. That's what I tried to do. I didn't do nothing. They were throwing paper bombs at me. I turned around and told them to stop. And the teacher told me to stop talking and then started making fun of me for it. Well, why can't you sit in class? What's the problem? It's like talking to this wall over here. What the problem is, I'm getting bullied and nothing's being done. Well, maybe you should just switch schools then. Maybe you should just leave. Maybe that'll solve the problem. Looking for the person she's talking to, because I know she did not just tell me it was my fault I was getting bullied and to move schools, because, again, boundaries. This woman just stepped over, hurdled 500 boundaries to tell me this, and she's supposed to be an educator. And it just, I was so baffled by it. And I was like, oh my God, like, how on earth is she an educator? Like, oh man, my mom went off. My mom flipped out on her, threatened to go to the news and everything. And she's like, well, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said it, blah, blah. You shouldn't be an educator. Simple as that. So anyways, that's all for this video. Like I said, I'll try to keep these under 15 minutes. This one's going to be a little over 15 minutes because I know people don't really want to hear me yibby-yabby for 15 minutes, but I'm trying. I'm sorry. But yeah, for those of you who aren't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. I'm going to put my social media in the below. Right now I'm just using Ask, and like my Facebook, I'll go live every once in a while. So, thanks for all the love and support. You guys are awesome. I'm glad this was a little bit more of a lighter video than the other ones. Like I said, I have plenty of teacher horror stories. but I'm trying to wrap this series up so I can go into some more, other things. But yeah, this Wednesday, I might post another video before this Wednesday to remind everyone I'm going to be on the Turtle and the Bear podcast, and I'm going to be talking about my channel, so make sure you follow them. And yeah, I love you guys, and stay strong. And for those of you who are going to send these to these teachers, have fun. Bye guys, peace.
We can make a wildfire get away.